Hello and welcome again to Forgotten Temples with myself, Mr. B. Now you find me in the most glorious of settings, don't you? Just have a look. Wow, there's fishermen in the background. Firstly, I need to explain to you how we got here, for this is a two-part video. Now, do you remember in part one, I explained how I was driving down the road by myself, a crumbling bit of tarmac, and I spotted a corner which looked for all the world like a moat. And if there's a moat, maybe there's an ancient temple, and guess what? There was. But it appeared on no map. I had discovered something wondrous. But when I went towards that temple, I found something which literally stopped me in my tracks. I held my breath, for I realized what I had discovered was my best ever artifact. It was an ancient hammer. Look at part one. I couldn't believe my luck from just driving down the road. I had put the pieces of the jigsaw together, and voila, the greatest artifact I had ever found was in my hands. Quite naturally, I replaced that, I put it back where I found it, and on that video I don't disclose where that temple is, because that artifact is worth money and it would be looted, as have other bits and pieces that I found, which I don't always show on camera because I need to protect these sites. Well, that happy accident of me driving down the road and spotting the corner and that chain of events that led to that artifact was not to end, because what happened next was the monsoon rain came down that day. So I took shelter, and when I took shelter, another guy, just one, pulled in next to me, and quite incredibly, he was to tell me things that was to lead me to here, deep in the Cambodian jungle. And what is here, quite amazingly, is another ancient temple that does not appear on any map, not even the archaeological maps. It's right there. So this is part two of what is quite simply an incredible journey. Now, due to rain, I have had to stop here to get away from the water, and I've bumped into this gentleman. Your name is?
My name is Luz.
Luz. Fantastic to meet you. Now, this is where the temple gods come in. Can you hear the rain? Because Luz is, what did you say? You're the local guide.
I'm a local guide here.
You're the local guide.
Yes.
Now, I've just shown you a picture of that forest area, and what you're saying to me is there's no temple there.
There are no temple in the forest.
There's no temple in that forest area.
Yes.
Well, I'm now going to show you something that might change your mind. Right, I've just shown the local guide the videos and the footage I took, and he's just asked me, haven't you, is that where that forest is? Yes, it is. Are you surprised by what I found?
Yeah.
Are you really surprised?
Yeah, I'm really surprised at what you found in this area. Yeah.
Yeah, because you actually live here.
Yeah, actually.
And not only that, you're the guide. And do you think what I've shown you proves there is an ancient temple there?
Yeah, you do. You did.
Yeah, I did?
Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy because I've kind of added to your local history, haven't I?
Yeah.
There you can see monsoon rain clouds, and I'm on the back of the bike of the cultural guide because the bike I'm on today is too heavy if we have to go off this road. Now, this guy has been exceedingly kind, and where he's taking me is to show me another temple, which he says also does not show on any maps. I just hope those rain clouds stay clear of us. Now, before I brief you as to what's going to happen next, let's have a look at where I am. I'm in the middle of nowhere, and these gentlemen that are wading into this water are in fact fishing, and they've been doing this for centuries. Let's have a closer look. And here are the fishermen. He has his net. There he is. Look, there he is. And this is what they've caught, which they are cooking. here they are, cooking in the fields. Is look, let's give you an idea as to size. I'll put my finger there. There you go, look. And they're inviting me to join them with their fish feast. But I have other things I wish to catch. And of course, what I am hunting is different to them. For what I look for is ancient temples. Now here is a termite mound, and I'm going to climb to the top of it because I want you to see what I see. Remember how this started? I was driving down a road, a crumbling old road, and I saw the corner of a moat, and I thought that could be a temple in there. And then what was to happen, I can only consider was a blessing of the gods, because I did not just find one ancient temple, I was to discover two, due to the help of a kind man. And he led me here to the middle of nowhere. And I'm going to keep this shot running because often you and I do not walk together, do we? We just magically appear places. And one must consider, as we move through this bit of shrubland in the heart of the Cambodian countryside, how absolutely beautiful it all is. And right in front of us here is something worthy of note, and it is this: colour. Yes, not so much the flower, but colour itself. I spend a lot of time in the jungle, and this is not the jungle, but when you are in the jungle, there's no colour apart from green. I swear to God, it's the most bizarre thing. You're just surrounded by green the whole time. Now, this is a path that certainly is less trodden, because right here is a temple that appears on no map. Can you see it? Its doorway is just there. Now you've got to admit what I do is quite incredible. I mean, honestly, it surprises me. On this occasion, it's even more absurd. I mean, I'm driving down the road and I accidentally find two ancient temples that appear on no maps. And I have been on this journey for years now, alone. I do walk through landmine fields. I honestly do. I risk my life to catalogue these temples. I'm not looking for your admiration, nor am I looking for your clicks. I will keep on doing it regardless. And I do it purely because of this. I was an addict. My life was utterly ruined and destroyed. But now I am surrounded by beauty. I have my ancient temples that just bring me so much wonder in this life. And I honestly feel like those ancient gods are guiding me. I am not a religious man. I never have been. I'm pure logic, me. But you know what? Someone's looking down on me, and it can only be those ancient gods. Because yet again, here I am in pure beauty. You can see this as I can, but right there behind the camera is another ancient temple. It's only a small one, but I wanted you to appreciate this because it's not all about the jewel sometimes. It's sometimes about the setting. Just there is where we were standing, and right here is an ancient temple. As I've said, it appears on no map, and I was exceedingly blessed to find it. Now there ain't much left, but every temple has its surprise, and this one does. It's not this, but I will show you it anyway. This is unbelievably deep relief carving. It is really deep. This is a masterful piece of work. But unfortunately, this lintel has been looted because somebody has taken out the centre of it. And as to where it is now is a complete mystery. All we have pretty much of this ancient temple, a home of a god, is this doorway that nobody ever goes through. But you and I are going to go through it, and we're going to do so with some reverence, because quite incredibly there's a last piece of the tale to tell. And as we step down, it is right here that an ancient god would have once stood. And as we turn round, our story comes full circle. Because have a look at what we could not see from the front. What we have at the back is this perfect symmetry, this perfect carving, engineering that was used to get this lintel in place. And do you know how it was done? It would have been done with that ancient hammer that I found in episode 1. Of course, I'm not saying the exact ancient hammer, I'm saying that type of hammer. But I tell you what, just maybe it was that very hammer that helped to build this. So here it is, yet another ancient temple. Thank you. I don't know why I'm so lucky. I honestly don't, but I do know that. I lay in bed thinking, when's it all going to end? When is my luck going to run out? Because I have had the most incredible life. And I would have thought in my 50s that my life would have slowed down, would have become so mundane like so many others. But it doesn't. It never will, I don't suppose. I sincerely hope not. And the reason why is because this kid keeps asking questions. That's why. And I'm offering this as a piece of advice to conclude this video. It's if you look upon this and say, doesn't that guy have a great life? Then it's for you to do what I did at the very beginning of this two-parter. Is I was driving down the road and I saw that corner and I said to myself, I wonder if that is the corner of a moat to a temple. I wonder. You see, I asked myself the question, but more so, I put in the energy to explore. And that's what I'm saying to you. There are wonders around you. Put in that energy. Have the eyes of a child, always quizzical, always hunting for the new. And those new things that you feed to your mind will make you happy. They may not be as old as this, but they can be as wondrous. Wow, what a day. What a day. I am so, so blessed. And I hope that you have enjoyed this little adventure. And if by chance you can help me build up my library of sites such as this, I would be truly grateful. And how you do that is you go to www.patreon.com/temples. As simple as that. And until next time, as always, I wish you absolutely nothing but, of course, the very best. You be sure to take good care now. Well, there's no microphone on. This is the end of the day. At long last, I'm going to eat something. I've got dried muesli. It's, well, my mouth is so dry that I can't actually consume it. But for once, I've remembered water. I nearly always forget water. I've got myself into so much trouble getting severely dehydrated, you know, really bad headaches and dizziness, all because I've gone all day in horrendous heat without water. But this time I remembered. But my goodness, is this dry. But it doesn't really matter, does it? Because look over my shoulder here. Ain't that amazing? And I've got it all to myself. Right here is this big pool of water. Over there's my ancient temple, my latest friend. I can hear the birds and the wind in the trees. It's amazing. So it doesn't matter what you're having for dinner. The only thing that matters is where are you eating it.